Hi everyone, Ursula Fabiano here to walk you through Google Classroom for your 2021 school year. We had a training on Google Classroom last spring, so this is kind of a refresher course to get you resituated with your Google Classroom and hopefully show you some new things that you may not know or maybe something that you forgot. So I'm here at Google Classroom already. To get there, all you have to do, and I'll just go ahead and open a new tab to show you, is go to classroom.google.com, and that'll take you to your home page. If you had classes from last year or any years previously, those will pop up on your screen. If for some reason you don't want one of your classrooms that you previously had, all you have to do is click on those three dots there. And if you're enrolled in it, you can unenroll. Or if you're the owner, you can archive it. So that's just on those three dots there. If you accidentally archive a classroom, if you click on those three lines on the side, you can scroll down all the way down and you'll see at the bottom it says archived classes. If you click there, you'll get the chance to move them back or restore them if you accidentally deleted those. So to get back to your main page, again, you just click on those three lines and I'm going back to my classes. All right, so once I get here and I'm ready to start a new class for the 2021 school year, I'm going to click create or join a class here. If for some reason you don't see create as one of your options, please let us know so we can add you as a teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and create a class, and this is just going to be my test class for you guys for the 2021 school year. You have to name your class. You don't have to put a section or subject or room number. Those are optional. That's just if you want to add that. I'm going to hit create. And we're giving it a minute here. Do. Anytime. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So once you get to your classroom, you'll notice you have your stream, your classwork, people, and grades. The first thing I like to do once I get to my Google Classroom is check my settings, just so I can be sure everything's set before I send any codes out or do any such things like that. So to get to my settings, I'm going to head over to the cogwheel. I click there. I can see there if I wanted to change my class name, I can change it. I can add those other things that were optional before. My class code is listed here. If for some reason I don't like my class code, I can reset it. I can copy it and it stays to my dashboard or on my clipboard, I'm sorry, or I can display it. That's more if you're in the classroom. Or if you're on a Zoom, you can show that to parents too. So if I wanted to reset my code, all the students that were in my class before will still be there, but they just can't use the same code to go in. So that's if you need to change your code for any reason. This one's an important one. For the stream, you want to decide whether or not the students can post and comment. You'll see you have lots of options here. If you have it so only the teachers can post and comment, that means only you or the co-teachers are able to post anything on the stream or comment on any of the things on the stream. If you have it here, that means students can only comment, meaning you can post, but the students are able to only respond to that. They can't post on their own. If you have it on this last one, that means students are able to post anything and comment on anything that's on the stream. So that's really up to you. Of course, I'm going to say my recommendation is either start out with only the teacher or the students can comment, instead of having students post and comment right away. That way you can get your expectations out to the students and you can always change that later if you want to. So you can decide if you want the classwork to show on the stream. That is up to you what you decide you want to show up on the stream. If you're using the stream just for notifications, then I'd say hide the classwork on the stream, but that's up to you. Deleted items, that's up to you again. Guardian summaries are what parents will get if you sign parents up for it. So, or parents sign up for it because you can't sign them up. They have to make their own decision on that. But if you do have parents, that allows them to get summaries of the work their child is doing in the class. And if you click there, it shows you an example of what guardians get. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. If you plan on using Google Meet, this is where you can allow students to join or allow students to see the link. They will not be able to join if you're not in there to start out with. Let me repeat that. Students cannot join unless you're in there. But if you leave and students are still in there, the meeting still continues to go on and it will not stop until all the students leave the class. So you want to make sure you are the last person in the room. So if you do plan on using Google Meet, you'll make it visible to the students. Sorry, got to generate the link first, and then you make it visible to students. If you don't want that link showing continuously, you can turn that off, but your link will still be there here, and then you can toggle that back on later. Grading is not something I'm going to go into right now. That might be something that we add later. All right, so I'm going to save up here in the corner. So now that my settings are all done, yay, I can actually display the code here too. And you can see I have the Google Meet link visible. If you want to change your theme, you can click there. They've got lots of ones already available for you. I know a lot of people are making Bitmoji classrooms. You can upload a photo here. If you do upload a photo, just be aware that the setting size of this is kind of unique. So you might want to Google finding out the size that you need for the header on your Google Classroom. I know that one thing that is on a lot of people's minds right now is how do I get that class code to my students? How do I get them signed on to my classroom? So I know it varies depending on school site. Your principals may have told you one thing. So if they told you one thing and I'm telling you another, please listen to your principal. What we would recommend is using Synergy. Bhavani has created a PD on how to communicate with parents and students via Synergy. So you can always get that class code out to the students via Synergy. Another option would be if you have the students' emails, you can email it to them. You can always call and give the class code over the phone. If you're doing a Zoom with all of the students and parents to begin with, you could give your class code during that time. Another option, of course, is to do it via snail mail. It'll take a little bit of time, but hey, it'll get there, right? So if you want to send it via students' email, another way to do that is if you head to the People page, you can manually put students' email addresses in here, which is their 131 number. If you put that in here, please know that that does not add the student to your class. That only sends an invite to their email address. So if your student hasn't, checked their email or they don't know to check their email, they'll probably never see it. But if they do know to check their email, or if you make a comment about them checking their email, they will get an email invite to join your classroom. So that is where you can add students. Once students have joined the class, you'll see an option to add a guardian to them. So that is how you would invite parents. So if you have parents' email addresses, which I know some are in Synergy, some are not, but if you do have parents' email addresses, you can add guardians. They still have to accept the offer, but you can still invite guardians via email address once your students are in the class. All right, so quick reminder on Stream. Your Stream is where you are going to put any types of announcements. This is not where you put any type of work for the students. This is just merely you click here and you might say, Hello and welcome to our class. So you'll see who it's for. So it's for my current class. I can choose that it's going to all students, which it should because it's on the stream. I can still add something from my Google Drive, but it will not create an assignment for the students. It only allows them to view it. It will not give them access to it. I can add a link, I can add a file, or I can add a video. So once I want to post it, I can click here if I want to. So I can post it right away. I can save it as a draft, or I can schedule it. So if I know that I want this hello announcement to happen on, let's say August 3rd at 8 a.m., I can schedule that. So the students won't see that until 8 a.m. on Monday. So I can check here for my saved announcements and I can edit them again by clicking there. All right, so this is where you're going to put any information that you want to just announce or just share with the kids. Again, it is not for classwork. If I go to my classwork page, well, just before I go over to classwork, real quick, the stream is a great place for students and you to be able to interact with each other. But just keep in mind, depending on your settings, we talked about if students can comment or if they can post, that's on your stream. So if I want students to be able to comment on my posts, I have to allow that commenting in my settings. Otherwise, they're only going to be able to view it and not respond to anything. Now, if I go to my classwork page, this is where I want to create any assignments. I can create also here a Google Meet, or a Meet link. That sounds funny. All right, so if I create an assignment, I can also create a quiz assignment. When you create a quiz assignment in Google Classrooms, it automatically creates a form, a Google form for you. You can do it here, or if you have a Google form already in your Drive, then I would just do it as an assignment. Don't click here because this will create a form for you. You can ask a question. If you have commenting turned off for students and you ask a question, they can still respond to the question. You can also post material here. If you click reuse a post, you can either use a post that you used in a different classroom, which is nice if you have multiple periods. So if I've got 2 periods of Algebra 1, I can reuse the post from both classes. And last but not least is topic. Topics are going to be really important because they organize your assignments. So you may want to have a topic of Unit 1, and you've got all of your stuff for Unit 1 posted there. You may want to do it by weekly assignments, or maybe you want to do it by daily assignments. Up to you, depending on how many you're doing daily. But I would say weekly or unit or whatever your focus is. So if it's all on friendship or it's all on geometric shapes, any type of subject, that's what you're going to want to do for your topic. You can add a topic here, or whenever I click to do an assignment, I'm just going to go ahead and call this summer fun. Instructions are optional, but they're always nice to add there. If I click add from my Google Drive, you can also add a link or connect a file or add a YouTube video, but most likely you're pulling something from your Drive. So if I am pulling from my Drive, let's say I am going to share, I just need something real quick. I'll click on this guy. So once I click on something from my Drive, I can allow students to just view the file. That means they can only look at it, they cannot edit it. I can allow them to edit the file, but if that's the case, every student is on the same one and they're all editing the same one. So really think about what you want here. You can also make a copy for each student. That means each student gets their own, they can edit it, and they can do whatever they want on their own copy. So most likely you'll be having a copy for each student. Over here along the side, I can see which classes it's in. If I want to do it in more than one class, I can click multiple classes. I can also, once I have students in here, it will have a list of students, and I can select which students I want to have this assignment. So if I'm doing a small group, I can select just the students that I want to have with that assignment. Or if I need to um, differentiate for my students, I can also click there and give just those students the assignment. I can have a point value to it. I can add a due date. This is where I would create a topic. So if this is for week 1, then I'm going to keep that as week 1. And now, again, I can schedule it. I can save a draft. I can discard it. But I'm going to go ahead and assign it. And then, you'll see here, I got my topics along the side, which will be nice once your classwork page gets filled up, because the kids can just click on the topics along the side here. I can see it. I can edit it if I want to. I can delete it. I can change things on it. So that is my classwork page. Grades, like I said, we're going to possibly cover that later, but for now, we're going to leave that one alone. So hopefully that was a nice little refresher for you regarding Google Classroom. If you still have questions regarding Google Classroom, or like I said, if you can't join a class whenever you're first trying in that plus screen in the beginning, right here, if it doesn't say create a class, let us know. Us TOSAs your technology TOSAs will be here for you. Email us, or you'll see that we have a place for you to book us via Zoom. So please do that if you need anything else. Thank you so much.